Hello, welcome back to Making Mindfulness Fun. I am finally wrapping up this video series of what each Enneagram type is like in childhood and how tips for parenting them. We are finally on what the Enneagram Type 9 is like in childhood. Hello, welcome back to Making Mindfulness Fun. I'm Isabelle, and here at Making Mindfulness Fun, I help you on your journey to higher consciousness so you can experience more joy, love, and emotional liberation. Before we get into the video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and turn on those post notifications because we put out a video every single day. In this video, I'm talking about what each Enneagram type is like as a child. Specifically in this video, I'm talking about what the Enneagram Type 9 is like in childhood. Now, if you're new to the Enneagram or you already know about the Enneagram, maybe you're just asking the question as you're watching this video, is the Enneagram really important to know for my kids? Let me stop you there and say, yes, it is. The Enneagram is a great tool for parents for teaching so that they can raise their kids to be happier and make it so that you as the parent can be happier. As you know, if you're familiar with the Enneagram, that each Enneagram type has extremely unique core desires that are going to drive them in their day for happiness and for success. So by knowing your child's Enneagram, you'll be able to know what it is that drives them in their day to be happy and successful, what they need, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and what they need to be happy. So let's talk about what the Enneagram Type 9 is like as a child and tips for parenting them. Now, I am an Enneagram Type 9, so this is going to be a pretty easy one to talk about. But the Enneagram Type 9 child is called the Peacemaker. These are naturally easygoing kids. They're not like the Type 5 that seem overly critical, though, or logical. They seem just very easygoing. They can seem very calm. They love to just relax. They can seem happy, and not necessarily like the Type 7 either, who's overly energetic. So the important thing to note with this Type 9 is that they can seem stereotypically very lazy. And so this is where their core desire comes in. As a Type 9, your Type 9 child, their core desire is to find inner peace and to be harmonious. And this is a big one for me because as a child, my parents will joke all the time that I would just, as a baby, watch Baby Einstein for hours on end in my crib and be happy. And then after that, I was always just the relaxed one. I would sleep in, I would just do my own thing all day. I was perfectly happy and I was just being, and I didn't need to necessarily achieve anything or do anything specific in order for me to be happy. So these Type 9 kids are very easygoing. And if you think you have a Type 9 child, look and see if they are easygoing, if they just seem happy no matter what, and if they just seem like gentle spirits and they do probably sleep more than your other kids, they're probably a Type 9. Because as much as I like to joke that, whereas other people like to joke that Type 9s are naturally more sleepy or lazy, they do tend to just be more calm and low energy, which is okay. So the first tip I want to note for parenting Enneagram Type 9 kids is be okay with them being less driven. Type 9 kids just want inner peace, so they're naturally going to not be as driven to be the best or to get straight A's or be a perfectionist. They're just going to be happy and harmonious no matter what. They're fine with being okay and just chilling or not pushing themselves. So one, being okay with that is going to be a huge step because you have to accept that they might not be as successful as some other kids. But another important thing to note is that Type 9s can be driven. So Type 9s like myself, it was huge for me. We moved into an RV to travel the world 6 years ago, and I was always naturally the easygoing kid. But eventually I started noticing that I had a desire to do all the adventures that my older sister and my mom were going on. I wanted to be pushed to mountain bike. I wanted to be pushed to climb. I was just scared to because I had a desire for peace, which led to me staying in comfort. So with Type 9 kids, it's important to note that to try to gently push them outside their box at all times, because as a Type 9 kid, their core desire is harmony, and that leads them to staying in their comfort zone, both literally in physical comfort and in mental comfort zones. And they're not going to feel very comfortable with stepping into discomfort. Shocking, right? So helping your type 9 child by pushing them a little bit outside their box and being that supportive person in the corner is going to be huge for them. Another thing to note with type 9s is I think the wings make a huge difference with them. So if your child is type 9 wing 8, it's going to be way different than if they're a type 9 wing 1. Now, I'm a 9 wing 8, and I've met recently another child who's a 9 wing 8, and it's huge, huge, huge knowing that they have an 8 wing. If you have an 8 wing, if you're familiar with the wings, if you're not, go check out our YouTube video series on the Enneagram 9 wing 8 versus 9 wing 1 to learn more. But if you have a 9 wing 8 child, they're going to seem more hot-tempered and a little bit more aggressive. They're going to seem like they like to pick fights a little bit more. And so that might lead you to the question, like, are they even a type 9? I thought they liked harmony. So they are still a type 9. They're just trying to get that inner peace through other people, and they're letting it out when they don't feel that. When they don't feel that sense of peace and being connected with other people, they let themselves be triggered into anger, into being a little bit more aggressive. So noticing that is going to be really important. And type 9 kids do better with one-on-one connections. They don't do as good in big groups because then they feel unheard. So a big one for me was when I was a kid, I was not the loudest in the group. I was so easygoing that I wouldn't speak up for myself. And so when I was in big social groups, I tended to not feel so good afterwards because I didn't feel like I was heard because I couldn't speak up. So if you have a type 9 child, a huge parenting tip for you is making sure they're getting that one-on-one connection, both with you as the parent and with their friends, because they much need it. They need to feel like they have a one-on-one connection for their own sense of inner harmony and just sense of connection in general. They need that to be happy. So make sure they're getting that connection that they need, and you'll know they're not getting it because they're going to start being more aggressive. And so those are the top 2 tips for raising a type 9 child: pushing them outside their comfort zone and making sure they get connection. So in general with the type 9s, they're gonna be lazier and they're going to not be so driven. So that is the 3rd tip, is that making sure you're okay with them not trying, one, push them outside their comfort zone, but also accept that they don't need as much challenge as others or as much achievement, and that they're going to just be more chill. So that's an important one, is that accepts that they want to chill sometimes, that they want to just relax, making sure they have space to be that harmonious, chill peacemaker that they want to be and have cozy situations. As you can see, I have a sweater on right now, and so making sure that your type 9 child also has comfy sweaters and blankets, as cheesy as it sounds, they like that comfort. So making sure you give them space for that comfort is important. So those are your 3 tips for parenting type 9 childs. I hope this video helped you understand what it's like to have a type 9 child and gave you good insight into what you need to do more if you have a type 9 child. Please leave a comment below if you found this video helpful, and let me know what you do for your type 9 child. Thank you so much for watching this series. I'm so glad, and I hope it helped you with raising your kids based on their Enneagram. If you are interested though in going and diving deeper with this Enneagram work and using it to raise your kids, you have to check out my Closer Connections Bundle. My Closer Connections Bundle is a course where I talk about how to raise each Enneagram type and self-care for each Enneagram type, and how to raise each Enneagram type both as the child and how you as the parent can be more happy based on your Enneagram. So in general, this course will teach you how to use the Enneagram to have a more closer connections in your family and how to have more fulfillment in your family. So the link is below. You need to check that out now. If not, thank you so much for watching this series. I'm so happy to be sharing it with you because the Enneagram is something that has changed my life, and I hope it'll help you change yours to be more fulfilled. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Namaste.